Hello there everyone, welcome. I would usually say how are you all, but if you didn't prepare for the worst, unlike myself, then you're probably not doing too good, which isn't great, and I probably know why you're not doing too good, and that's because of LEGO Star Wars news. But obviously, a lot to talk about. I did say a week ago that whatever the situation this week, it's going to make for an exciting stream. Because we got questions to answer, and I think I know what the vast majority of them are going to be centered around. But yeah, Future Games was a failure. I told you guys to prepare for the worst. I know some of you did, I know some of you didn't, and I know a lot of you just struggled to do that, which is absolutely fine. And understandable as well, because this game has been announced only 2 years ago, and we're still here. Squid, how you doing? GG, welcome. Rookie Tyler, Obama, William Harris, Dan, how you doing? Darth Jada, Splotchy, Alex, Catway, William Latman and William Hodem. We got two Williams. Pingu, LJD, Evan, D Games, Porgs, Pingu, Matthew, Jada, you're mad. I can imagine a lot of people are mad, guys. Even if your expectations were the worst, like I told you to, it's still understandable to be mad. I'm angry. Of course, I'm angry. I said I always advise you, and I think the vast majority of you do. I don't actually look at the statistics, but I would guess the vast majority of you watch the videos. But I would say if you haven't watched the video that I posted the day after the games event, probably watch it for my full thoughts. But despite me having my hopes at zero, I still think it is completely unacceptable to be in this situation, and there's no doubt about that. I think it is totally unacceptable that we are here. A year ago, we could blame the pandemic, we could blame working from home, and I completely sympathise for them in that regard, the developers' regard. And once again, this isn't the developers' fault if they are encountering issues with the game, because I think I've seen a few things about people harassing the developers, which is completely wrong, and I do not do that, please. I know the vast majority of you probably don't, but don't do that. But it's not their fault if they're encountering issues. The fault here is at the marketing team, the higher-ups at the companies, essentially, who are not allowing confirmation as to what's going on. Because there's two other games that have been delayed, Gotham Knights and Back 4 Blood. Both WB games, both have been now confirmed to be delayed to next year. That already tells me that this game isn't delayed to next year. I do think it's going to come out in 2021. But the fact that they're not telling us what's going on a week after they've told us about the two other games tells me that things are still on track for this year, but at the same time, they're not allowed to tell us what exactly the situation is, whether this is coming out in summer, whether winter on the line, we don't have a clue. Right now, we just have to take it as still spring. And like I said in my video as well, June is still on the cards. You've got to have a significant gap between release date. I will get onto questions in a second, by the way. But you've got to have a significant gap between release date announcement and then the actual release date. Go back to the Force Awakens game. The game was announced, I think it was the second day of February. It was announced with its release date trailer. Obviously different times, but the release date trailer didn't release until June. Now we could still get away with it, a late June release, but May is out of the picture. Especially if there was to be... You could maybe still get away with May if we were to get something in March. But bear in mind, March has got a few days left, so that's very unlikely. So you've really got to rule out June. You really got to rule out May at this point. April is completely out of the picture. And June is plausible. Very, very possible. Very possible June. July, I don't know. July is summertime, and right now, the game is still scheduled for spring. But like and subscribe, guys, if you enjoy. Let's get into questions here. I hope you're all glad to be here. I think it's very important we keep these streams up, especially with the situation right now. It gives us some place to all come together and talk every week about the game, how we're all feeling about it. So these streams will continue. But let's get into questions. I don't think it's going to be May the 4th, Harold. I'll get that one off straight away. At first, I thought way too coincidental. Now it's just the fact of there's not enough of a gap. You look at the Bad Batch show that's coming out, and yesterday there's a Disney Plus show, and this is a game, but that had to have a significant gap between announcement and release date. That's coming out May 4th. It's far too late now. I do think it's possible we could get something on May 4th, which in reality I'm thinking we wait, we're what now, we're March 28th, we wait all the way until May 4th for news. That's a long time. At the same time, that's very plausible the way things are going. I think whatever the situation, whatever it is, we will get something just like we did last year on May 4th. We got the cover art last year and we thought everything was going according to plan, and here we are.
We're desperate for anything you can tell us.
But it's interesting, isn't it? It's very interesting. Hybrid, I got your message on Xbox. Actually, you're here to troll me, which is always fun. You're a welcome addition, Hybrid, to trolling. I don't mind. It adds a bit more to the chat. Is there a gaming event tonight? Apparently there is, but I would expect, I don't even know the ins and outs of it, but I would expect no more than indie games at this one. The Future Games show was the best bet. That has passed right now, so yeah, in terms of that, there's going to be nothing tonight at the event. Probably a demo May the 4th? I'm not thinking demo, I'm thinking if they were to ever drop a trailer, I think it would be May 4th. I really do, but would there be something on May 4th? Whether it's a screenshot, I don't know. I can't see them, especially with the fact that look at the circumstances of last year, when, in my opinion, you could blame the working from home, you could blame the pandemic, and they still managed to get out the cover art for us, so I think it's very plausible there will be something. Do you think there's a possibility of the game being cancelled? No. There is always outside possibilities, which are, and let me explain this because people are going to think, oh, the game has a possibility of being cancelled. In which, take a look at when, take a look at all the Star Wars games that were in development, like 1313, the Darth Maul game, and then Disney came along and acquired the license. In cases like that, games can be cancelled, yes, but the fact of the matter is Disney have the Star Wars license right now. They are not giving it up. There is no higher bidder who can come in and take that off them. So in weird circumstances like that, once in a lifetime circumstances where a new company comes in and buys Lucasfilm, in that case things can be cancelled, but that's not the case. Disney have the Star Wars license, so that slight chance. Now, if tomorrow we found out Disney will lose the Star Wars license, then you could argue something, but that's not going to happen, so the game will not be cancelled. There's no way it would be cancelled. And also, let's just go with that scenario again of somebody, somehow, the huge company that is Disney, who pretty much buy everything these days, somehow somebody comes in and manages to get a fee through that they're willing to sell Star Wars for. That isn't even to say they'd cancel the games in production. But look, I'd confirm that one. Let's move on from that. Next question. As Obama says, they've released too much promo to cancel the game. They still acknowledge the game's existence, for starters, even though it's small things like it just being in magazines, it being mentioned on the Bits and Bricks podcast. These mere mentions of the game tell you everything you need to know. The game is still alive, it's still well, it's still coming. There's absolutely nothing to worry about in terms of this game getting cancelled. I can assure you of that. Next question. What if the next time we get news is May 4th? That's what I'm thinking, Hybrid. I'm absolutely thinking. I'm thinking, look, I want to say there'll be something before May 4th. I really do. But I'm also thinking of the way things are going right now. Do I still really think that the next time we're going to get something is May 4th? Do I really think there could be something in April? Do I? I think it's possible that April could just be another month of nothing. And you know I don't want that. Nobody wants that. But I'm suggesting that it is absolutely possible with the way things are going right now. I went to sleep during your stream, so I was tired. I'm guessing we didn't get anything. Harold, you probably did pretty well, my friend, going to sleep and not wasting your time. It became very very difficult. It was hard. It was very hard.
Could I cook another?
No.
Okay, sure. Totally understand.
We get out of this BB-8? Alright. Let's find a question. The Blue Milk Luke Skywalker has started being produced. That's another thing to suggest it can't be. Look, it's not cancelled, guys. I don't want to spend time on discussing is the game gonna be cancelled, because it's not. And we know that. It's a pointless discussion as far as I'm concerned. But well, look, something will arrive. I assure you. Right, let's find a question not relating to cancellation. You saw a picture of the game and had C-3PO and R2-D2 on the beach. So I had them on Tatooine. I know the picture you are referring to, my friend. I know exactly the picture you are referring to. It is the one inside the instruction manuals for Lego sets. So that's another. Even though that one's like a year old, it's still there. It can still happen, but look, it's not cancelled. When do you think the game will come out? My personal opinion, I think June. I think June is very plausible. I remember I was originally saying May 25th. Now I'm not. I'm not saying May 25th at all anymore. May 25th, I think, is way out of the question. Nobody bought Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga before you, says Solar Boy. Why are you so confident, Solar Boy, that you bought it first? So Lost H says, a friend of mine who works for TT Games said to me that there is news out before April 12th, but I don't believe him because he stays so quiet. Alright, so the whole friend thing, you know, a friend said this and a friend said that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you don't have a friend who works at TT Games. It's an easy thing for pretty much anyone to say. But it's something very... It's something very small to be depending on right now, isn't it? To me, look, I cover this stuff when there's that doesn't mean anybody can just say I've got a friend at TT Games and I cover it. But when this stuff does take off, I do tend to cover it as rumours. Look, I just don't see that happening. I don't know. I get wary about this stuff. I don't see something coming before April 12th. I really don't. The game is probably going to come out this year. It's going to come out this year, absolutely. When it comes out, would you start the prequels or go chronological? I'm going chronological, which is prequels, unless you're going by release date. Then you could argue that is chronological in terms of release date. But I am going episodes 1 to 9. I feel that's the best. You can do it any way you want. You can go 9, 4, 2, 3, whatever. Like, continue that. You can go whatever you want. But I think the best... It's unfortunate because I love the prequels the most. So for me personally, I have to get the best for me over and done with. Which I don't really want to do, but it is what it is, isn't it? Is Finn gonna do this? There we go. Wikipedia says it releases Q2. Yeah, Q2 is officially on the WB Games careers page. Q2. So for those of you that aren't aware, the gaming years are divided into 4 parts. It's very basic, but I'll explain it for those of you who aren't aware, because I used to not have a clue what this was either. So it's quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Quarter 1 is the first 3 months, so January to March. Quarter 2 is the next 3 months, which is April, May, June, and then so on, and you get it. It's every 3 months. So the game is in quarter 2. It's supposed to release, which is any time between April, May, June. But there's not enough of a gap anymore. There's not enough of a gap between release date announcement and the actual release date for it to come out in April or May. There is still a possibility of June, but that's the only possibility. It really is June in terms of Q2. After that, it's delayed again. Unless we get something within March, which we've got 3 more days to go, so it's really on if something's to come out in March, right? We need to get that down up there, because I need to get this over there. I have no recollection of this mission, but Leia, can you like get your weapon out? Lovely. I don't know how I'm gonna... Can I aim? Yeah, I can. There we go. So sad there was nothing at the Future Games show. Me too, Matthew. We all were sad. Keep your hopes down is what I tell you all, but it's easier said than done. There's always the next event, but I think it's pretty dangerous actually to especially after this failure here. It's very dangerous to keep depending on these events. So I won't be depending on the next... Not that I was depending on this one, really, but... I won't be depending on the next one, either. Yeah, I know what that's for. That's for the iceberg. It's how do we get the iceberg over there? That's the question. We'll look into this one. I'm trying to find a question that is not related to the delay, but I suppose it's kind of point. This isn't the Skywalker Saga. This is we're playing The Force Awakens right now, but we are answering Skywalker Saga related questions. What about that? When the game comes out, are you going to stream it or post videos on it? I would personally play the game from film releases, the originals, to now. That's a fair enough way to play it. So you'd go 4 to 6, 1 to 3, 7 to 9, which is another. I get the concept of doing it that way, because it's a case of you play the originals and then you do the backstory of those characters. So that's a totally understandable way to do it as well. I wouldn't argue with you on that. Am I going to stream or play? I plan to do both. I probably will stream it ASAP as soon as possible, and then after that we'll make some videos. I would guess that'd be the best way to do it. I wonder how to get that over there. It's very interesting. We will discover. We will discover what we have to do. Will you be able to fly the command ships? It is unknown. It is unknown if you'll be able to fly the command ships. I would hope, but at the same time I would understand if not. I think it's very possible that you wouldn't be able to. It is quite a big stretch, isn't it, to fly command ships? I mean, Battlefront couldn't pull it off, so what makes me think that LEGO Star Wars could pull it off? Then again, LEGO Star Wars is going to be an open world game. Battlefront wasn't, so pretty much LEGO Star Wars is like, because like I've said many times, for a lot of Star Wars gaming fans right now, there's no new Star Wars game they're looking forward to because they're not really into LEGO games, which is fine. It appeals to a much smaller audience than Battlefront would, even though LEGO's huge. That's just the facts of it. It's a much smaller audience because there's a lot of people who don't like LEGO, whereas Battlefront is kind of it's Star Wars how you see it in the movies, except it's a game engine. So it appeals to a much bigger of an audience. So what I'm essentially going with this is if Skywalker Saga was, say, the same engine as Battlefront, it wasn't a LEGO game, it would probably be the biggest Star Wars game on the market because it's open world. Now they are making an open world Star Wars game, aren't they? Which is great, but this one would be even bigger than that. Have you ever got stuck in a puzzle that had such an easy answer? Yeah, all the time in this game. Surprisingly, the thing I've enjoyed most about this game is because it's the one I'm least familiar with. So I'm amazing at all the others, but not this one. This one, nope, I'm terrible at it. But I've enjoyed that because it's nice not knowing. Although I did 100% complete this back in the day, but I've only played it once. Is the problem here in comparison to the Clone Wars, the complete saga. So It's nice to have a bit more of a challenge with this one. The mechanics are so much more different, but at the same time, the mechanics in this will be as similar as possible, or will be as close as possible to the Skywalker Saga than any of the other LEGO Star Wars games we've had so far, because it's the most modern. It's not saying it will be 100% the same, but it will be the closest. So I think that's the part I most enjoy about this. It's a lot more of a challenge, which I really like. Even if the Mars's castle, it is quite an easy puzzle in the end, but I found it very difficult. So that was fun. Okay. Am I going to get Deluxe or normal? Deluxe for me, and I encourage everybody to get Deluxe. I'd say this every week, and I'll say it again, except I won't go on as long, because I'm sure those of you who watch every week probably get very bored of me saying this. But do not get this. This is bearing in mind, if you've only got the money for the standard edition, then please get the standard edition. I'm not saying that at all. But if you got the money for the deluxe, and you're thinking, do I get standard, do I get deluxe? I say to you, get deluxe, because you're going to look at those character packs, and you might not like every single one of them, but there's going to be ones in there that you do like, and there's going to be certain characters that you really want, and then you're going to end up having to pay more for them separately than just buying the deluxe edition. So don't buy the Amazon edition either, unless you can only buy the standard edition and you don't plan on spending more, you don't want to, you can't spend more, then get the standard. But if you do have enough for the deluxe and you're thinking which one, please get the deluxe, I would say to you. Alright. The ball puzzles in Jedi Fallen Order, Harold, don't remind me. They were awful, and I hope I never have to go through that again. Just watch the Skywalker Saga have some sort of ball puzzles in them. Will the Switch version miss features? This is quite an interesting question, really, because I played, so back in the day, the Complete Saga, and I don't think so. Let's go with Complete Saga for a second. I played on my PlayStation 2, was it? No, I think Complete Saga was Xbox 360. I played the video game. Look, I played all those on like PS2, Xbox 360, whatever, but I did play the Complete Saga on Nintendo DS as well. On Nintendo DS, it's a different version because it's a different type of platform completely. It has to be compatible with that platform. I understand that. So I look at what editions we're getting of Skywalker Saga, and they're pretty much all going to have the same version. Whether it is Xbox One or Xbox Series X, it's going to be the same version. Same with PlayStation. There might be a few performance differences, but it's going to be the same version. But then same with PC as well. But then you look at the Nintendo Switch, it's a completely different ballgame, isn't it? I think there will be differences in there. Now, the Nintendo Switch is a lot more advanced than the days of Nintendo DS, so I don't know. I've never played the Nintendo Switch to know how different the games are, but I would guess, considering a lot of mobile games also released on Nintendo Switch, I'd guess there would be big differences between Nintendo Switch. All the other versions will be the same, and I have no doubt of them all being the same. I think we're all supposed to stand on this. It's saying we need to stand on this. Yep, here we go. What's Leia telling them to do? Are we all just supposed to jump on it? I don't know. What is... Alright, okay, they do... Okay, oh, right, okay. So basic, so basic. Will there be online DLC? Online, we're still unaware. And the answer I always give on this, and I'll continue to give this answer, is that they've said this is going to be the biggest, not just LEGO Star Wars game, the biggest LEGO game of all time. So are they then going to go backwards and not add at least 2-player online? Because that was in the Complete Saga. So would they really go backwards? Now, they could go backwards. There's going to be... Look, as much as there's going to be a lot of things that continue over from the past games, they will be modernized, but they will continue over. There's going to be those few things that don't make it. Go from the video game, LEGO Star Wars 1, to the Complete Saga. Dexter's Diner didn't make it. What was the other one? Hoverchair Yoda, which... Hoverchair Yoda, I loved that. I really loved that. I can't believe Hoverchair Yoda didn't make it over. But it didn't, so that's lovely. Right, these do confuse the hell out of me. And I am so relieved. Those ones there, I don't understand. Am I just supposed to make it look symmetrical or something? Because there was another one where I had to get a ball from one other side to another. I am so glad with I don't usually get embarrassed. I can take criticism. I can take getting bullied. Hydro will know that after my ice cream comments. But I did not want to get stuck on that in front of, no doubt, over 180 people, I think it was, at the time. That would have been very embarrassing. So I will openly admit I didn't have a clue what I was doing there. I just got lucky. These ones, though, these are very easy. Look at this. Look at this. Look how easy this is. I could do these all day. Or what am I saying? No, this is very difficult. This makes me such a great LEGO Star Wars player. You, Hybrid. You. Hybrid never lets me live down the moment when I was... It was only like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was talking about how in LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars they were obsessed with ice cream jokes. And I said drink ice cream, and obviously we say eat ice cream, don't we? It was a mistake, but he's never let me live that one down. And I've probably not let myself live that one down by telling everyone who didn't know about that. But there you go.
Our system is the next target.
Do you want Mustache Man in Skywalker Saga? The guy who died on Hoth? Yes, we need him back. Except this time I want him to survive. Poor guy. I want Mustache Man back, I want the Bespin Wingard back. Poor guy went in Slave 1 and then just got dumped out the back of it. How can they do that? It's so sad. Complete Saga, you know, I'm not one to cry at media, like movies or games or anything, but Complete Saga has many sad moments in it where I may have shed a tear when the Bespin Wingard died. Can you buy the deluxe edition on Xbox? I believe you can. I get a lot of questions about this. I probably should have checked by now. But if you can't now, which I believe you can, but if you can't now, you will be able to. The only difference is, and it's very important to keep this in mind, there is one difference between buying the physical deluxe edition and the digital deluxe edition. And that one difference is that the Luke Skywalker with blue melt minifigure is only included with the physical. So if you're, well, I could live without that. It's not because I'm not into the Lego figures or anything, but it's a bit. I think I've got that one. I think I've got Farm Boy Luke somewhere. I sold a lot of my Lego a few years ago, but I've got Farm Boy Luke somewhere. It's just not too amazing to me. But I will be getting the physical anyway. I'm gonna try and get my hands on one of these deluxe Vader cases with the removable sleeve that is North America only. I'm going to try and get one of those shipped over. And maybe we'll do a review or something. Who knows? But yeah. That is... what was the actual question again? I've just completely forgot what the question was. Ah yeah, but can you buy the digital deluxe edition? I believe you can, yeah. Bring back Jedi Bob. I hope... Look, if Jedi Bob is in this game, this will be his LEGO Star Wars game debut. Now imagine that. Imagine 100 years time. Like 70 years time. Telling your grandchildren, yes, I lived through 2020. It was an incredible year, but guess what else I lived through? And you sit your grandchildren down and you tell them this. I lived through the day that Jedi Bob made his LEGO Star Wars game debut. Imagine being able to tell your grandchildren that. That would be a remarkable experience. I'm just thinking about that already. Imagine. Do you think there'll be arcade? What was I saying? Arcade style minigames. Very plausible. Very plausible that they could be arcade style minigames, especially on the Switch edition. I would guess more so on the Switch edition. I loved on the Complete Saga actually on the Complete Saga on the Nintendo DS, the Grievous Wheel minigame. Does anybody else remember that? That was lovely. How you doing, Luke? I'm doing good, my friend. How are you? Good to see you.
Would you be so kind as to provide us with access to the supply store?
This here, in fact, watch this carefully. If you watch my demo video about the demo that was at E3, the closed demo, this is actually going to be a feature in Skywalker Saga, but to a bit more of a frequent degree, where you're seeing it a bit more, where C-3PO, where Leia couldn't understand Nyan Num there, but C-3PO can. The difference is that in the Skywalker Saga, if Leia tries to talk to Nyan Num, it will have subtitles at the bottom that just make no sense, essentially. If C-3PO goes up to Nyan Num, or any characters that don't speak basic, as it's known in Star Wars, English for us, it will translate the subtitles for us, but they will still speak in the whatever language of the planet they're from, which I think is pretty cool, actually. The fact, though, that Leia can't understand Nyan Num, and these two have been in the rebellion for years, that's a bit more concerning, but we won't get too into that, I suppose. There's bigger things to worry about right now. Oh, the Clone Wars arcade mode, Obama, if you were watching my content back in... It would have been like summertime, just before we got that big trailer. A lot of my, because I've been going through all the Lego Star Wars games back, playing through them all, and I was doing the Clone Wars at that point, and as soon as I got to the arcade stuff, it was the background footage of every video I posted. I absolutely love just the base battles. This is why I've come to what is quite a controversial opinion for most, but I am saying that Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars is my favourite Lego game, and my favourite game of all time. Call me sad, but those games were my childhood. Complete Saga is second, but Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars is my favourite game of all time. What the base building battles, just coming home from school as a kid playing that, so enjoyable. I absolutely loved it.
All the parts we need to make Mr. Numb happy should be in that gold-colored.
Did she just call him Mr. Numb? Mr. Numb. It's just, I mean, I suppose it works, but I've never heard anyone refer to Nyan Num as Mr. Numb before. You know what? We will refer to him as Mr. Numb from now on. Wait, did we do it right? I have no idea. I mean, I kind of have an idea what we're doing, but every time I think I know what I'm doing in this game, it tells me I'm wrong, so... Yeah, next question. So Thomas, you tell me that every Lego game on the Switch is the same as it is on console. I wouldn't know that because I've not played Switch, but if you're telling me that, then you're probably right. But I'm also going to ask you then, why are mobile games usually on Switch as well? Are you able to play both console-designed games and mobile games on Switch? Because if you can, that's quite cool, actually. This is... I showed you the proof all those weeks ago when we first started playing this. I did 100% this back in the day, but I have no recollection of doing this. I do remember this mission, because this is why I'm glad they didn't do a Lego Star Wars: The Last Jedi game. Not because I'm not into that movie at all, because I won't turn down any Lego game, but more so because of the fact that they were struggling to get missions out of this game. So why on earth? Why on earth would I want another Lego game where they're just struggling to get missions out of it? Right, we need to get these three out of here. So Leia can get through here, can she? I don't know. Yep. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Let's find a question before I do this. This is quite an easy puzzle. Arcade mode, I meant you approach a computer screen and you get a mini game on it like in 2D. So you mean like this game? I would probably say so, yeah. I'd probably say they're gonna... Why wouldn't they not do it? I mean, they've done it in every other Lego game pretty much recently, so I'd say so, yeah. What I hope we don't get is like... I mean, I don't mind the mini build stuff, but that first level, you've probably... Those of you who watch frequently have probably heard me say this 1,000 times, but something that really bugs me is the fact that in the complete saga, one of everyone's favourite missions is when you get to fight Palpatine as Luke and Vader, and he's got the lightsaber. It's not screen accurate, but who cares? But then in the Force Awakens, in the prologue, you get to fight Palpatine. No lightsaber for screen accuracy. The Royal Guards are still there, but even worse, you're making like mini X-Wings and mini TIE Fighters. I know it's Lego games, right? I have no problem with it in that regard, but the fact that they ditched his lightsaber for that is not right. Right, what do we have to do here? Do we have to shoot it? Yeah, we do. Everybody fire. This reminds me of the Clone Wars game, actually, doing stuff like this. Which planet do I want the most? I don't know if I've made this apparent already, because it's very easy. But, Coruscant.
Remember, be blueberry.
Oh, the ice cream obsession is back. Not the ice cream. Hey, Hybrid, Ninum's about to eat some ice cream right here. Or is he about to drink some ice cream? That is the question. Hybrid's gonna love this one. What is the Lego company's obsession with ice cream? Somebody tell me. If you're new, guys, be sure to like and subscribe as well. I would appreciate it. Will there be in-app purchases? Well, if we refer that to the character packs, if you don't buy the deluxe edition, you buy the standard or you buy the Amazon edition and you're still missing character packs, you will be able to buy them separately. Yes, we don't have a price yet, but bearing in mind they're the same price, or they're the same amount of characters as in the Force Awakens character packs, which is 8. And the reason why I do think that'll be the case is because the Mandalorian character packs have been divided into 2. You could just say that's for 2 seasons, but if they could fit enough in one character pack, they wouldn't have made 2. So I think there will be a limit to 8, meaning that I think they'll be the same price that the Force Awakens character packs were individually.
That's the important stuff dealt with. Just
Is that
go
cookies?
now.
Why the hell are we... So we're doing like one of the most boring missions ever, where we don't fight anyone, and we're just putting cookies in the... Man, this is why I'm glad they didn't do a Lego The Last Jedi or a Lego The Rise of Skywalker. Even though The Rise of Skywalker was way more jam-packed in terms of action, there's just too little in terms of one movie. I think that's why they did the whole prologue thing. Alright, next question. Next question. Would you like to do facecam streams? I do hopefully want to. The whole reason I didn't, I'll make this short because it's a very long answer and it's far too long to keep people engaged, so we will go short. I didn't just want to, at the time, after Battlefront 2 getting cancelled, the channel wasn't doing as well, so I didn't just want to buy one and then the channel failed. So we got things back on track right now, which I'm very glad about. It's the question of can we keep them on track? And then if we can, maybe I'll get one. If we can get to 40,000 subscribers, then I think things are on track enough for me to consider it and have more of a chance of me investing one. That's the short answer. Right. Do you reckon we will get ground battle type missions like the Clone Wars? I do. Whether they will be the exact same, because I think one of the unfortunate things about the Clone Wars game is that those base battles were limited to just the Clone Wars era, because they were only in that game. And you look at the front cover of the game, you've got Hoth, you've got Geonosis. Now, we all know Geonosis can easily be a base battle mission. But imagine doing these base battle missions in other eras, like the original trilogy era with Hoth. I think that's like the original trilogy era's best opportunity to do it.
Give me a hand.
Like you can have Endor, you can have Hoth. Imagine Endor and Hoth base building battles for the originals. The Clone Wars, you got too many. If you go off the movies only, then maybe not as many, but
Come on, let's get these
that's what it is. The sequels, you could even get... Let me think of a sequel one. The Battle of Exegol. Why not send some troops down to the ground and have a base building battle? It doesn't have to be exactly like the movies, does it? Does everything... Follow the same plot. I understand that. Absolutely follow the same plot. But does every single little thing have to be the exact same? I don't think it does, honestly, but it is what it is. You're worried about the Skywalker Saga. Well, William, I think we're all... Look, I made a video saying this is getting worrying. So, of course, I am also worried. I'm not worried in regards to the game being cancelled or anything, because it won't be. I'm just worried in terms of when we will actually be getting this game. But what's making you worried? And I'll try and address your concerns. I'm guessing it will be the main one of the fact that there's no news, which is completely understandable. Alright, we need to find the final one. The fact that this is a mission just concerns me. Like, why is this a mission? Well, we got no one who can use the Force. Maybe Finn, you can 2 movies later, but you can't yet. Alright, let's find a comment. Rey sounds like Daisy Ridley in the trailer. It's a good impression in the trailer, but it's not Daisy Ridley, I can pretty much tell. Like I said last week, as we were discussing this, a lot of the actors and actresses who came back in the holiday special will most likely be the same ones who voice the characters in this game, or in the Skywalker Saga. So bear that in mind. I doubt it's going to be Daisy Ridley. I'd obviously prefer it to be Daisy Ridley because she's as close to Rey as you're going to get. I'd prefer it to be the actors for every character. But that's more and more unlikely that every character would be voicing, but be voiced by who portrays them in the movie. The Clone Wars characters have a bit of a backup plan because they've got a series to go off where those voice actors and actresses are pretty iconic, like James Arnold Taylor for Obi-Wan, Matt Lancer for Anakin. So they've got a bit of a fallback because it's going to be the Clone Wars actors and actresses, I would guess, for characters like that. But we'll have to see. I don't think it's Daisy Ridley though, but I'd like it to be her, just to get as close as possible. Right, we're all up. How do we get this working? I feel like we might have to ask Mr. Numb. No, we have to. We use this, don't we, with our lightsaber? That is it. So I'm looking if William told me why he's worried. I can't find it because I don't just want to avoid that one. Only played Lego Clone Wars briefly, loved the complete saga as a kid. Is the Clone Wars worth getting for the time? Quinn, honestly, any of the games, I'm not just saying this because we have no idea when this game's supposed to come out, because yeah, it is getting quite concerning in terms of when is this game going to come out, but either way, I've been playing through all the Lego Star Wars games, apart from the video game, because that's not backwards compatible, unfortunately, for Xbox, but I've been playing through them all in the time being, and I'm quite glad with the delay, honestly. It's given me more time to get through them all, so I'd recommend any that you're thinking, should I play through them? I would absolutely tell you to do so. Right, now we got to get 3PO back up. Which I'm guessing is by doing that. Yep. Padme, Rey, Leia, Jin, or Kira? You're asking me which one I prefer? Padme as the best character out of them all. I pretty much like all of them, apart from Rey. I don't actually dislike Rey as much as I once did. She's just the weakest, and I'm not just saying that. I'll give you my opinion. I don't think Rey is as bad as I once used to think she was, because she's just part of a lot of bad things. I don't think she is herself to blame for it all. But, Tyler, that is probably the ranking I expected from you, to be honest. Maybe. I don't know. I'm glad people like Kira, because she's going to be in the game. Let's be honest. I think she was the character before Solo that I really expected to be one of the worst, because I just thought she was going to be like Han Solo's love interest before Leia comes along. But she turned out to be a very, very mysterious character, and I just hope we get more with her and more. But I would expect Kira to be in the game in the Solo character pack. I would expect Maul. Oh, well, I want to expect Maul. Honestly, I could potentially see them just not putting Maul in the Solo character pack. I hope that's not the case. I hope they know that he'd be like the most wanted character out of that character pack, but at the same time, they might just not do it. Because Maul's going to have other versions in the game, and they might think, well, look, if we are narrowing it down to 8 characters, if it isn't any more than that, I remember from doing my Solo character pack, or all the character pack predictions, that you put Maul in the Solo movie character pack, and a lot of other characters miss out, characters that would only be in that character pack and aren't in the movies or anything. So I don't know if Maul's going to make it through that. I hope he does. I really, really hope he does. I think he has a good chance of. Remember to like and subscribe, guys, if you're new. I would appreciate it. Retro Boy, how you doing? You're saying Padme. Padme's my favourite. I love the prequels, and I love Padme. I think she's great. I love Leia too, don't get me wrong, but the prequels were my childhood. Ice Cream Trooper, yes. The ice cream obsession continues. I love that. So lots of studs. Well, is it really? When we're this far in? I don't like how when you get True Jedi, it doesn't move from, you know, from left to right and show you you've got it. That to me just looks like I've got 99%. Such a good mission, loaded up Chewbacca's cookies. That's what a great mission. We got the cookies in.
The hyperdrive's gonna need all the power it can get for this trip.
Do you think they'll do that thing where they go to the Cantina Band music if you if you go to the Cantina Band when the music's off, it's off, and they don't have instruments? I think that would be great because I didn't know about that. So I knew that if you turned off the Cantina music, they didn't play. I think that was pretty obvious, but I didn't actually know until a few months ago that when you turn off the music on the complete saga in the cantina, they actually put away their instruments. I expected them to just keep them out and just stand still, but they actually put them away, which is great. I actually don't know if you turn the music off in front of them, do you see them, like, are there animations there where you see them put the weapons away? Because that would be even cooler. I need to try that, actually.
Just rerouted from some
Hello SB, how are you doing? Like and subscribe, guys, as always, I would appreciate it. The sound effects in The Force Awakens are too muffled compared to previous Star Wars games, says Obama. I've not noticed anything in that. Look, you're probably talking about the well, yeah, you did say sound effects, didn't you? So, because voice lines we wouldn't be able to compare, for obvious reasons. The sound effects, I don't know if they're... In terms of like this sound effects right now, that wasn't in the last game, so I don't know if I've noticed any problems with them, but maybe that's just me. I have no idea, honestly. No idea. Wait, no, we don't want to play any mission yet, because we gotta... Yeah, we gotta sort this out.
Leaking out before we can get it to the hyperdrive.
I understand what we have to do. Okay, we gotta do this. Yeah, see, look at that. That's it, right? We're done? No? We gotta get it all the way over. Okay.
power levels look good from here.
We've done it. Do you think there'll be online play? Possibly. Look, I think 2 players online, like the complete saga, is very plausible. What I'd really want, and what I hope they acknowledge, is 4 players online, so yourself and 3 other friends. I'd love to play with 40 people, but it's a Lego game, and I don't think that's going to happen. However, I would certainly love to have online and play with a few of you, because it's most likely, if they are to do it, probably going to be like 2 to 4, in which we will do something on stream where we can all play together. It's just going to be more difficult in that regard to get everybody in. Even if we did it over a period of so many streams, it'd still be difficult. So, yeah. Alright, Starkiller Base. Here's where the this gets copyrighted every week. So after the stream, I always have to like cut this part out. You can't turn off this part of the music, and I know you could say like just lower it every time it comes on, but it's not worth the effort to do that, honestly. It doesn't play long enough to get me striked, so keep it on. Do you think the Skywalker characters can... Really, Bergman? Do I think they can poo? I don't know, mate. I have no idea. Do you? I probably... I've never thought about it, admittedly. Do I think the game will be cancelled, Luca? We were talking about this near the start. No. There's no chance it will be cancelled. Don't think like that.
Their shields have a fractional refresh rate. Keeps anything traveling slower than light speed from getting...
When was the last time WB Games or TT Games said anything? So they spoke about it in that you remember that Bits and Bricks podcast we were all getting hyped about, which is an official Lego podcast. They mentioned it very fondly in that. It's been in... You'll see all this if you watch my news videos, which I would recommend. But they spoke about it in the latest LEGO magazine. What else? They've acknowledged its existence on Twitter many times, with quoting of the Bits and Bricks podcast, responding to people privately, who've then posted the messages publicly of them acknowledging it exists. It was posted on the Spanish social media accounts, which is very weird how the Spanish ones did it, and nowhere else. Maybe they know something in Spain. Any Spanish viewers here right now, do you know something that I don't? Or we don't?
Over that ridge. We'll get in that way.
It was very bizarre to me that it was only posted on the Spanish accounts. And it wasn't like it was just a mistake that they accidentally did it on Instagram. It was done on their Twitter, on their Facebook, and on their Instagram. So bizarre to me that they did that, but... oh well. Do you think there'll be a menu where you select the spaceship and then you select another spaceship, then you battle? That would be cool, wouldn't it? I mean, there's so many possibilities for editions like that, but I think this is the really worrying thing, is that we really have no idea on stuff like this right now, and nearly 2 years in. Now, I know what some people say, like, LEGO games don't get that same marketing, and I know that. They don't get the same marketing your AAA games get. But at the same time, things like this wouldn't necessarily have to be told to us. You would see them in, like, a demo or multiple trailers. A lot of that gameplay trailer was nothing more than just cinematics, and the bits of gameplay you did see revealed nothing more than levels you would expect to be playable and nothing out of the ordinary in them. So it's a very weird one. I have no idea, honestly. Are we supposed to jump on this? If he wants to? Yep. That's kind of cool. I didn't like this game a lot all those years ago when I played it. I didn't hate it, but playing it now, I actually like it a lot more. It's not as bad as I remember it. What I am really looking forward to is that everything in the Skywalker Saga is everything's going to be built out of Lego bricks. So obviously the planets themselves won't be, but every structure, every facility. So like snow and parts like this, just the floor, mountains, they won't be built out of Lego. But I think it's so cool that every physical object will be built out of Lego. Hello, General Fishy. How you doing? Good to see you. We don't know anything like you. Thank you, Jose, for confirming. So that's Spanish. Those Spanish accounts were just out of sync with the rest of the accounts, apparently, which is very interesting. I wonder what the reasoning was behind that. Next question. Kill Han and Chewie. Why would you want me to do that? You've contacted LEGO on Twitter, says Luca, for several times now, and from what I can say, I asked them, they don't know anything else either. They will. So the person you're probably talking to probably doesn't have a clue, because they're just contact support, aren't they, on the LEGO page? But LEGO themselves will know more. Now, obviously, LEGO just give the rights to use their bricks and everything, and their licenses that come along with it to companies like TT Games. But LEGO themselves will know more. Of course they will. It's the customer service advisors probably don't, but they will still be told to what to say in certain situations. So there's that. There's that. Yeah, Cat, it's definitely underrated. I'm enjoying this way more, I will admit. And I never hated it, and in no way did I hate it. I do really like this second time round. Some of the mechanics are a bit strange, but it is what it is. I need to jump up there. I need to find a question first, though. You want the game to be out now, Philip? I think we all do. I think we all... There's 4 Tylers, you say? In the chat, Tyler, there's been 4 today. Tyler's apparently a popular name. I've not known many Tylers throughout my life, actually. I've known... Let me think about this. I've known... I think 2. For 22 years... This is not including you and any Tylers in my chat, by the way. So, there's been an influx of Tylers in my life recently. Which I can't say has been a bad thing. They all seem to be great guys. This is the mission actually, or it might be the one after this where you fight in a soccer. Oh, you play you get the ball in a soccer net and football net. God, when I'm doing these streams for like my American viewers, I'm so used to saying soccer right now. But that's the same outside Luke's house in the Skywalker Saga. If you've watched the demo video, you'll know about that one as well. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Can we get up there to that red brick? That's another question. Hello, Already Dead. How are you? Do a longer stream. We'll be doing, you know, when the Skywalker Saga's here. Put it this way, you'll be fed up of me. You'll be saying stream less, FGG. You will, trust me. You'll be asking me to stream less. Think anybody could get fed up of me? I don't know. I think very much so. You could get fed up of me. Please ban hybrid, says hybrid. I can't hybrid. You bring a very unique personality. If you cross the line, then maybe, but I don't think you've crossed the line, to be honest. Right, next question. Did you know that you can now... did you know you can now do your own droids on the decal scene once you finish the game? Yeah, you can customize your own droids. I remember doing that back in the day, I believe. I think I did. I knew it was a feature because I was watching a Force Awakens video a while back. I don't think that jump is possible, honestly. I think there's an invisible wall there. I was just trying it. But the droid thing is pretty cool. It's Astromex, isn't it? And just Astromex, but I like that. Okay, the doors have opened. So we going in? Finley, we need you right now. Do you think it's possible that the game has been delayed to the Christmas period because it makes more financial sense to release it then? Plus, Back 4 Blood has also been delayed. Well, Back 4 Blood could suggest that they don't want both out at that time, but I also would say that it's very plausible for them to release 2 LEGO games. I'm not ruling out winter. The point I'm saying is, and I've said this many times, but there has to be a significant gap between release date announcement and release date. I think you all know that by now, I say it that much. So that rules out April, it rules out May, unless we get something before March ends, which is very unlikely with 3 days left. June is still possible, June is still spring. I really don't want to start saying summer or winter when, as far as we are aware, the game is still coming out in spring. They have said nothing else about that. Obviously there's been delay rumours, and I like the guy earlier who said like he has a friend who works for TT Games, and I don't want to push doubt into these people who say they have friends at TT Games, because it's possible. Someone's going to have friends at TT Games. There's got to be someone out there, but I'm just going to go off what we know right now, and what we know is this game is set for spring, and they've not told us anything different. What is interesting, and I said this in the latest video, is the fact that they've confirmed delays for Gotham Knights and Back 4 Blood now. In the same week, actually. They didn't confirm anything for Skywalker Saga. So that can either mean a really good thing, it's not delayed, or it can be really bad, that they don't want to tell us there's another delay, or they're unsure right now if there's another delay to announce it. You don't know that, but what would be causing the delays at this point? It would most likely be errors with actual development. We heard, and this one is more plausible to me in my head now, honestly, with everything that's going on, but remember the character customizer rumour? This was summer last year, way before we knew the game was delayed and we got the trailer. This was like, this was when the game was still coming out in 2020. And there was a rumour alongside that, menu screen leaking, but the character customizer wouldn't be in the launch game because they were having problems developing it. It would be later added as DLC. Well, if that's just one error they were having, how many others? And to that's absolutely fine. These things happen in games, and I applaud them, because once again, this is not the developer's fault. They don't control marketing, and I'm sure in their eyes they probably want to share something with us, but they will encounter errors. And I applaud them for not releasing the game until these errors, if there are more, that is, if the one I'm speculating is even true. But I applaud them for wanting the game to be the best it can possibly be. I just don't appreciate what the higher ups are doing, and that doesn't mean we abuse them either, because I know there's been developer abuse, which I don't promote. We don't abuse anyone for what's going on. We can politely inquire and ask, but even the higher ups who are not allowing marketing to take place for whatever reason, I'm more concerned with what their mindset is. But at the same time, I can't believe this has to be said, but just don't say anything bad to the developers. It's not their fault. Just politely ask. Even then, they're probably fed up with people politely asking, but I'd still encourage you to politely ask and not harass them. So, yeah. Alright, we need that to go through there. Who's better, FGG or hybrid? Hybrid, I don't know. I don't know. Who is better? You decide.
We need to take apart the power source as soon as we've used it, and use the parts to cross those wires.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were doing, but apparently not. Finn. You've basically just said what I thought we were doing. So, what's the issue? No, not that one. Over there. No, we want to. I want to build this one over here. This is so frustrating. Right, just build that one, Han. Build that one, Han. Right, next question. Let's find one. Hybrid, you say you're better. That's fine. I'm not debating it. Maybe you are. They will have the Yoda death noise from the complete saga. Yeah, and I'm hoping it's on. Normal Yoda has the Yoda death noise. So Skywalker Saga updated. 2021 Yoda has the Yoda death noise. But even if he wasn't, so for whatever reason, which people would not appreciate, nobody would appreciate that. But even if he wasn't, not to worry, because, and this is another reason to get the deluxe edition if you can, but in the classic character pack, Yoda will be in that. I have no doubt. I can't 100% confirm it, obviously, but I have no doubt Yoda's going to be in that. And he will have his old death noise, no doubt. No doubt he will. Right, build. We're not going to make it. Okay, we did. We made it. Right, we did it. Boys, we did it. Okay, right. Next question. What will the next one be? Finley, we need you again. I'm here. Why should he says, WB doesn't care about marketing this game. I don't think the game is being delayed again, but it's just that WB doesn't really care. We are probably going to get random droplets with The Force Awakens. Look, I'm with you on that. These games do not get the same promotion as your AAA games. I completely understand that. The problem is that you've still got to announce your release date, and you've got to have a significant. That's the big thing, really. I'm not expecting 50 trailers, even a demo at this point. More detail. Look, what am I? Let me just tell you what I am expecting. I'm expecting one trailer, and the reason being is because we don't have a release date. There's got to be, if you can say it all with me, because you know what I'm going to say, there's got to be a significant gap between release date announcement and release date. So, why on earth can they not give a release date? They've got to do that. It's going to come with a trailer. They're not just going to post an image with it. They're going to do it with a trailer. That's pretty much all I'm expecting. Anything else is a bonus, and that's not me getting my... That's not me doing my usual preparing for the worst these days or getting my hopes to an all-time low. That's just me being realistic with these types of games. I really... And I hope that clarifies it for other people as well. We're not going to get 50,000 trailers and gameplay trailers for each character. And you might get trailers for the DLC packs if they're not all out on day one. Which they might not be, because that's how it works in The Force Awakens. They came as time went on. So, we'll have to see, won't we?
No problem.
There's some event today, General, but it's probably just going to be indie games. The Future Games show was the chance, and it was a failed chance. So, whatever comes today. Look, if we do get something, fantastic. But I don't think anything of what's happening today, unfortunately. Pick that up. Yep. Oh, pick it up, Finley. Pick it up. how does TT Games consume ice cream? Hybrid, you could probably ask them that, and at the rate they communicate with us, you'd never know an answer. You'd never get an answer. So, probably a stupid question to even think of. And I don't usually say any questions stupid, but mate, you're never going to get an answer. So, don't bother. Is what I say. You might get one in 50 years, along with the Lego Star Wars trailer. Do I think TT should leave WB? No, not at all. This might not be WB Games' fault. It might be Lucasfilm's fault. Either way, no. I don't encourage anyone to leave. I don't have anything against either of these companies. You know, companies I don't like are mainly EA. I don't think EA are the greatest company. I think they've done a lot. Let's not change this into an EA stream, and we won't. But I think they did a lot better with Battlefront, stuff like Fallen Order. But I'm a frequent FIFA player, and I know what goes on with that game. And you could argue, why do you still play it? I have no choice. I'm not going to PES, but I have big problems with EA. I don't have problems with WB. I don't have problems with TT Games. I think the games they do make, from the ones I've played at least, which are just mainly Lego Star Wars games, but they're very enjoyable. And I wouldn't think it would be a wise move for anyone to leave. So TT to leave WB, that's not a good idea at all. Oh, I made a snow speeder, unbelievable. Wonderful. What event is today? No idea what event's today, actually. I think that's how significant it is. So I'm basically saving you your time. Look, it's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. I bet you didn't know that. Don't waste your remaining hours of Sunday on an event that's going to give you nothing. Enjoy your Sunday, because it's going to be Monday before you know it. And now we're just stating the obvious, aren't we? I'm telling you that today is Sunday. Did you know Tuesday's after Monday? Bet you didn't know that one, did you? Am I underestimating the intelligence of my subscribers? Is that what I'm doing? Someone took my sandwich. I mean, he's not. I don't really. Like, he was one bad part of a team and a company that weren't out to give us the best experience possible. Some were. Like, I'm sure he did want Battlefront to be the best in his head, but when the whole team and the EA, it's a big mess, and it's not the topic of the stream, is it? EA. I love TT Games. I love WB Games from what I've heard. I'm not saying I'm their #1 fans. I don't play enough of their games to be their #1 fans. I'm just saying I like them. I have no issue with them. There's no school anyway. You see, I stopped saying, like, I stopped going along with who's off school and who's not, because it's all different holidays around the world. Like, so I know people in my family, the younger ones, are not in this week, or are in this week until like Thursday. Other people are off, so I just gave up trying to decide who's in and who's off. But enjoy your Sunday either way, because Monday is still. I hate Mondays either way. I mean, if you're off school, they're always a bit more enjoyable, but there's nothing quite like a Friday. I love Friday. I love Saturday. I quite like Thursday, you know, and Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, not my thing. I don't think I'd be alone in saying that.
An overflow vent in the middle of our way in.
Right. Next question. What do you think TT should do to make the Skywalker Saga worth to buy after all this? I don't think there's any doubt the game, from what it's going to be, is going to be. I don't think they need to do anything else that they weren't already doing. This game is going to be the best it can possibly be. That's the great thing about this delay. And I know I'm not alone in saying this, because I know a lot of my viewers are younger and they just want the game now. But from a bit of an older person's perspective, trust me, if more delays mean better game, then you want more delays. The only thing you don't want is you don't want a company going silent on you and creating a lot of questions like what's happening right now. Because then you get people complaining. You get people saying the game's cancelled, the game's delayed. I get comments on my videos saying, "Don't make videos like this. It's not good." All that over dramatic stuff. But what creates this is silence anyway. Right, next one. Where is the next one? It's there. What a throw that was from Chewie. What a throw. We're just leaving Finn swinging, are we? Wow. That's so nice. I don't know what we're supposed to do with that. Right, next question, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Can we try and aim for 200? Because we're 1 off 150. So do we go for 200? Will Rey have her yellow lightsaber? Yep. At the point where she gets it, yeah. Because it's on the cover art. It's on the cover art of the game. And it's in the trailer. There you go. You can go to bed tonight knowing Rey's lightsaber will be in the game. Which, by the way, I quite like Rey's lightsaber. Like I said, I'm not like Rey's biggest fan. Definitely not. But I don't actually mind her that much these days.
Better not be a Dianoga down there.
Just don't really like the whole sequels in general. But the characters on their own is just wasted potential. You know, if I was to write the sequels myself, which I'm not saying that would be great, I'm just saying if I was to write them, I'd keep all the characters we got and just make them better. As I'm sure I think a lot of people would do. Next question. Destroy the build and defend. Yeah, we did it. We did it. A lot of delays don't necessarily mean better games. Cyberpunk was delayed. Yeah, you have. So I didn't play Cyberpunk, but I'm aware of what happened with it. I'm aware that people weren't impressed. And yeah, I know that it doesn't necessarily mean better game. It increases the chances. There are horrible situations like with what happened with Cyberpunk, but I would guess with the quality of Lego Star Wars games, you look at this game. It's one movie. It's based on one movie, and it drags in places. It really does. Like the mission on Dakar, pointless, terrible. They probably didn't have a choice with it, but this is still an enjoyable game from one movie. This is WB Games, TT Games, who seem to get Lego games spot on. Even the worst of the worst Lego games are not actually that bad. They're just the worst out of a bunch of Lego games. They don't... I've never found... Look, I don't think this is the greatest Lego Star Wars game. I prefer it this time round, definitely. I'm more of a fan of the Clone Wars. But this is enjoyable. This is a great game, and it's worth the money as far as I'm concerned. And the fact that they did this off one movie is fantastic. So, yeah. 15 years of what did I say? Did I say something about 15 years, Tyler? I have no idea. I don't recall. Has Cyberpunk still been recalled, or have they put another one out? Yeah, I don't think they plan to do that. Does Cyberpunk get like... does it get like DLC? Live service DLC? I don't really know much about it, honestly. It's not my type of game. Maybe a few years ago. Not now. Do you think that the delay will fix wrong clone troopers, Kyle's lightsaber, etc.? The delay we've already been given, I'm guessing. You mean, yeah. I made a video about the clone troopers. People got really angry. Maybe I should have made it a bit clearer that I was being sarcastic throughout that. But Kylo's lightsaber's a weird one. Because the actual... So I know what you mean. It's like the crossguard parts, the two other smaller blades, they come out of the same blade. They don't actually come out of their own... What do you even call it? I have no idea what they're called. Their own ignition parts? I don't know, but I know what you mean. The lightsaber is inaccurate, but that's like a Lego issue. That's the issue on Lego's side. So I have no idea why that is, but I hope they fix that. I remember because I had Kylo Ren's shuttle back in the day. Right, Finn, you stay on that. Good. Hilt, port, yeah, port, that you could go with that. You could go with that. Hilt I would describe as the whole thing. I'd say port, yes, I understand Kylo Ren's lightsaber has 3 ports, and on the Lego version, you just got the 3 blades coming out of 1 port. It's weird. I think in this game, they actually don't use that, but with the physical Lego Kylo Ren minifigures, and also in the Skywalker Saga, they do use that. Which is inconsistent, but you're gonna... with the I don't blame them for it too much, and the reason being there is because there's so many characters in every Lego game. You're not going to get every single one right. So I don't think it's like I don't want to say a huge problem, because look, if that was like a character, I'm not Kylo Ren's biggest fan. For those of you who don't know, but that's besides the point. If this was Darth Maul, Count Dooku, you know, if Count Dooku had like a normal lightsaber blade that wasn't curved, I'd be annoyed. So for the sake of everyone, and for the sake of catering to everyone, I hope they get it right. I hope they fix it, but it's something that I don't know, because they don't really make as many sequel Lego sets now, do they? They're focusing on stuff like The Mandalorian, and I don't know, I haven't seen as many. I think the last one I seen was... I remember what it was, actually. So I just doubt they'd even have time to update it, but I don't know. I'm not ruling it out. I'm definitely not ruling it out. I hope they fix it. It'd just be great to fix it. What's this? Okay, we dived in. Wonderful. I mean, this is a bit of a pointless diving board, because you got this big light in the way, and even then the ceiling is too low down. Like, what do you want me to do? What is this contraption? It just stopped building it, okay. Retro Boy, I apologise. Let me read your comment. I do my best, my friend. You're a Rey fan, you said? Is that your comment, or was there more to it? I'm trying to find it. I try my best, and I know even when I try my best, I still seem to miss constant questions, and people think I'm ignoring them. I assure you, I set out to ignore nobody. Not even Hybrid, and he's an interesting character. But Retro Boy, if your comment is the one referring to you like Rey, that's great. I encourage you to like whatever characters, whatever movies, whatever parts of Star Wars you like. I think that's one of the great things about Star Wars, actually, is that we can all like whatever the hell we want about it, and we can all choose to dislike whatever the hell we want about it. So, yeah. It's fun, isn't it? We got a lightsaber now. Can we build anything else up here? Okay, I think I'm wasting my time up here, honestly. Anything in there? A blue? Is it possible they reveal something tomorrow? First Lego game was the 16th anniversary. Is it possible? I don't think so, no. But, we'll see, won't we? I suppose we'll see. I don't think we'll get anything. It was the Clone Wars' 10-year anniversary, we didn't get anything like that. I mean, first Lego game's a bit bigger than that, isn't it? But, no, I don't think we'll get anything. This is where the football net is, I believe. I kind of remember it. Alright, so the helmet doesn't just fall off as easy in this game. I like that already. Yes, I said you're an interesting character. Tyler, I don't know if the AT-AT with claw will be in the game. I think I know why you're asking that. And I would say to that if Matthew enjoys the AT-AT with claw, despite it hardly being in the movie and me struggling to even find it on Google, he is entitled to like it. And I hope it's in there for him. Even though I think the chances of that are extremely, extremely low. To the point of where I think there's more chance of them putting Lego Kathleen Kennedy in this game again, which I don't think they're going to do that a second time. Oh, my guy just doesn't want to die. We can't shoot that guy because he's too far up. Oh no, we can. We can. How are we supposed to get through to him? Can we run forward yet? Well, I want to run forward so I can use like Han's little thing. Right, there's a I see it up there with an aim. There's a mouse droid. Will mouse droids be in the next game? That is the question, isn't it? I think they will. I think mouse droids will be in the next game. Maybe they'll be news tomorrow. Maybe they'll make a video about the game saying because of LEGO Star Wars Anniversary, here's the release date. That's all. Just a release date. That's the thing. A date. There are 365 days in a year. 366 on a leap year. It's not a leap year this year. That's in. Is it next year or is it 2024? I can't remember. But it's just one day out of 365 days. Is it that hard? Is it really that hard? Is it? Come on. Is it really? It's one day. It's one day, TT Games. Just give us a day. It's all we ask for. What a throw. Honestly. Chewie's got a good throw on him. I don't know what he's doing fighting in wars. He could be like a baseball player. There's throwing in baseball, isn't there? I mean, UK-wise, he'd be a good goalkeeper with a throw like that in football, but we'll see. Chewie's got another career option if things don't go well for him after episode 9. Because it looks like Chewie just lives forever, doesn't he? So I'm sure Chewie would love that. Well, let's find another question, though. Don't worry, Master Fisto in the trailer said it... Wait, what? Who's Master Fisto? Who said what in the trailer? I don't know what you mean. I have no idea, honestly. Hello Dan, welcome back. I'd like a trailer narrated by one of the devs explaining the features, very similar to how Rockstar did with GTA. Yeah, maybe something like Battlefront ended up doing in the end. Now once again, I don't think this type of game gets those types of features, unfortunately. That's not me saying I don't want it to. I'm just saying that's not the type of things they do, but I'd love it nonetheless. Of course I would. I'm just explaining to us a bit so we don't go in completely blind. Like, to a degree, I want to go in blind with a lot of things just to figure them out. It's like with this game, so many new features in comparison to any of the other LEGO games, but we went in blind for the most part. What's the was that a trophy or something? I have no idea what that was. They didn't deem this one stormtrooper enough of a threat to keep the battle going. Like, we're just allowed to roam free now. Poor guy. He could have been a big threat. Come on, Chewie. Oh, Captain Phasma's on the phone. Working on, sleeping on the job here, Phasma. Sleeping on the job, I can't believe you, Phasma. I can't believe you. And I can't believe we're actually approaching the end of the movie now, aren't we? Where we got to play the exceptionally hard mission of getting to the top of the Acto Island. Which is unbelievable that is the mission as well. But what I don't blame them. I don't blame them. This is a difficult game to make missions out of when it's one movie. When is the game out? We just know spring right now. I'm hoping spring doesn't change. I'm really hoping spring doesn't change. There's nothing to suggest so far. With them announcing their 2 other games set for this year, which one of them isn't now, but Gotham Knights is now delayed from this year to next year. Back 4 Blood is now delayed from, what was it, June it was, to October now, so you never know. Yeah, Chewie, throw your... Well, Chewie's got a great throw. Right, Phasma's got it. Oh, Phasma's gone. No, she's there. I thought she went out of the window. His name was Window. He fell out the window. You know that one? I know my detours quotes. Do you think they will shadow drop the game? Nope, I don't. I don't think they will. That wouldn't be too bad though. I mean, anything's better than not getting it. She just say Maneuver 1-1. Is Maneuver 1-1 in this game as well? I want to know what Maneuver 1-1 is, Phasma. You gotta tell me. Right, is she out of the window now? Nope, she's still there. Am I going to play the DLC missions? We're going to do everything. We're going to 100% this again as well. Right, so Palpatine can't have a lightsaber, but Phasma's just got this huge, unrealistic to Star Wars battle armor. Once again, I'm not complaining, it's a Lego game. But why the hell can't Palpatine have a lightsaber then? This is utterly ridiculous. Right, here we go. Shoot those targets. It wouldn't look the best for them if they had to delay it. And once again, this situation, I feel sorry for the devs, because they're the ones who are. And I don't, like I've said, I don't condone it. The harassment they've been getting recently, but they're going to end up taking the heat of this, and it's like it's not even their fault really. That I mean, it's their fault in terms of are they getting the game right, but it's not their fault in terms of what they share with us, because they're not going to get everything in the game right without trying a few things a few times. That's why it's called game development. You don't just have the game ready on day one. You got to develop the game. But they're just going to take the heat of it. This is why I'm trying to be very rational with my videos right now. Trying to really get the point across, especially to the younger fans, of what's going on and why we should respect it. But I mean, for the most part, it's doing alright. I don't care about Justice League Hybrid, but I've heard apparently people like this Jack Snyder one, so yeah. I hope people enjoy it. I don't care for it personally.
What do we do with her?
Hybrid, I can't answer your question when you're asking me to choose between the same person. Just keep her in a... Jesus, in a box. Poor Phasma. Poor Phasma, man. Wait, can I just skip all this? That's the first one on Starkiller Base done now. Let me finish that. If you really want to see an epic LEGO game, Shadow, then this is the game for you. Well, not this one. I mean, The Force Awakens is quite good on upon reflection, but I meant the Skywalker Saga is going to be the game for you. It's going to be great. There's going to be things you don't like about it, trust me. There's going to be things that you wish they did better. But for the most part, it's going to be an enjoyable LEGO game, and I doubt we're all going to be bored. You'll probably be bored of me streaming it, or uploading videos on it, because I've got so much planned. But I'm thinking, do I have to bring in like an editor or something to help me keep up? I don't know yet. It's like, how do I do any of that when I don't even have a date to give them? I have no idea.
Let's go, let's go!
Oh, he's ready. Oh, he's running off into that X-Wing. He is rearing to go. Oh, he's gone. He's out. Right, lovely. I don't cover other LEGO games. I Star Wars gaming on this channel. I know I didn't cover Squadrons, as I'm sure a lot of you can understand, because I think a lot of people have the same outlook. Squadrons wasn't for me, and that's a big issue with LEGO games. Actually, probably the biggest is that it's also not for a lot of people. To a lot of people these days, there's no Star Wars game, like no Star Wars game that is good enough to Battlefront's level coming out, because they're not into LEGO games. Squadrons is over and it wasn't good enough anyway. This Hunters thing is like mobile and Switch. There's nothing big. I mean, the open world game, but it's too far off. Lor San Tekka's return. Wow. I still don't have the option to change my character. I think you unlock that as you go along. But next mission is where we're with Poe, right? Aren't we? And we blow up Starkiller Base. No, I'm not playing that, Philip. I've never heard of it, and I don't think I want to either.
Helping a friend with droid trouble. Oh, great. Which one?
I mean, I might just look around. I don't know. Let's find a question first of all.
Oh, can you check over the crate?
Do you think Han Solo's freighter from Episode 7 will be an explorable location, as there were many cargo container pods you could explore? Well, it's going to be a level. That's a big level for Force Awakens. That's one they're not going to miss, the Raftars. So, to a degree, you're going to be able to explore it. Whether it's going to be as explorable as the Death Star or an Imperial Star Destroyer or a Venator, I doubt that. But I do, without a doubt, think you'll be able to explore it. Do I buy Nyan Num? I'm going to cancel on all these because I think there are coin multipliers in this. And I'm just going to wait on one of those, so unlocking everything. Because I bought one character, I bought a protocol droid, and it's just like some red one. I wish I hadn't now, because just save it all, get the multipliers or something, or get an extra that's worthwhile, get the game done quicker. Why not? I'm not sure if I want to continue though. I might just wander around the car while answering some final questions. So we'll see. Who's that? No, a Resistance X-Wing pilot is 75,000. You talk about overpriced. Obama, we will buy him, just not yet. We'll buy him when we can buy a lot more alongside him. Is this open? Nope. 100,000! 100,000! No! I mean, he's Nyan number 75, right? Who the hell is this? Who are you? In fact, who are you? BU4D. Yeah, very iconic. Very iconic. I remember you completely. Were you even in the movie, or were you just designed for this game? Because I don't recall who the hell you are.
I just hope the information we saw. So you wish to hear the Sacred Order of Ramulus's part?
Nope, I really don't wish to hear whatever that is. Okay, questions. I hope we can explore the Jedi Temple. I think you will. I think you'll be able to. It's a big one to miss. There's got to be at least one level there, especially Episode 3. You could explore it in the Complete Saga to a degree, even though the outside of it was on some mountain planet, which made no sense, but that was a thing. Where are the extras? Like, if I was to put in... Or are there not extras? I mean, there must be. Although these could just be for characters. Are there extras in this game? That may sound like a really stupid question, but are there? Because it's been a while. You gotta remember that. Of course, Gotham, I thought we'd got to the end of the stream without talking about the younglings, but nope, we've spoken about them. I mean, I want this. I want this. Look at this. Wow. Oh my god, I never recalled it. It's a giant... What is it? It's a Raftar! It's a bouncy Raftar. Alright, they need stuff like this. They need stuff like this in the Skywalker Saga. Look at this! This is unbelievable. I'm having the time of my life right now. Unbelievable. What fun. That is fantastic. You gotta put that in the Skywalker Saga, please. That's a bonus level, so we'll save that. This, because I had this is Anakin's custom Jedi Starfighter from the Clone Wars series, the original one that's actually coming to Disney Plus soon. And the reason it's in here is it's actually Admiral Akbar's ship in this, which in one of the Lego shorts, it's his for some reason. They give no explanation on why, but it's his. I know this because, like I said, I get a lot of my thumbnails from this stuff these days for the videos, and I end up watching on Disney Plus. I watch all the Lego. Oh, I get the thumbnails off the Lego shows on there, and I ended up watching a few of them, and they're very interesting. Very, I want to say funny. They were quite funny. I didn't mind them. Oh, we've run someone over. Dearie me. When does the game come out? All we know is spring right now, and that I will say that is determined to change. Who and why are you? If you're 50,000, how much is Kylo Ren going to be? He's going to be like 1 million at this rate. Oh, so there are extras, and they're by red bricks, so they are here. I was beginning to think they weren't coming. Alright, we can get this one. Fast interact. Because I got like 2 red bricks, so I'm going to see which is the other one. At least we know where to come now for them. So, silly sabers we don't need. Disco sabers. They're quite cool actually. Your saber just goes all different colours. Squeaky voices. Collectible detector? I'm going to prioritise the multipliers for now. And we might even prioritize one of the bigger ones. Like, I don't think we'll prioritize times 10. We'll prioritize like times 4 or 6, just so we can get everything else a bit quicker. Right, how overpriced are you going to be? 150,000? Who are you? I think I remember him, actually. I think he was around the table. But why the hell are all these, like, background characters so much? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You'd be more than that hybrid, probably. Do you think unlocking characters in the game will just be buying them through coins or completing a mission? It'll be both, and something else as well. They'll be all free. You'll most likely, you do the first mission, play episode 1, you're going to unlock Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan for free. But then a battle droid who appears in those missions, you'll probably have to buy with studs. Then there'll be characters that you most likely unlock via Kyber bricks. Maybe characters like Ahsoka. This isn't confirmed, I'm just speculating. Maybe that's how they'll incorporate the Clone Wars version of Ahsoka, characters like Ventress. Maybe that's if they're to be in there. They might not be. So these are all possibilities, aren't they? These are all possibilities, but I think all three of the ones you mentioned there will be how you unlock characters. So yeah, there's that. Do you think that we'll be able to explore the Coruscant, including the Jedi Temple? We do know it is confirmed we're going to be able to explore the Coruscant districts, which is very, very exciting. And I think that is essentially where you see Mace Windu running across in the trailer. And then also, the temple, it's got to be in there. And we know there's only going to be 5 levels per episode in this LEGO Star Wars game. However, we do know there's going to be bonus levels. So, ones that you will do later on. I think the Jedi Temple, whether it's Anakin infiltrating it or whether it's Obi-Wan and Yoda taking it back in a way, or getting the beacon to change like they did in episode 3, I do think it will in some way make it into the game. So I have no doubt the Jedi Temple will be in there, and it'd be a big missed opportunity to not allow something like that to be more explorable than, let's say, this Rebel base. I mean, this is pretty much as good as you can get with the car in this game. I know this is just based on The Force Awakens, but they pretty much incorporated everything they could and more based on what you see in the movie. So why not go the same length with somewhere like Coruscant that is beloved? I think the fact that they're putting in the districts says it all. That's not even as iconic as the Jedi Temple, and they're doing that. So why not? Is what I ask. Why the hell not? Can we get that one? Nope. We're gonna need like a Jedi to jump up there. Probably gonna end soon, guys. How much are you? 100. Overpriced. Overpriced as hell. We're probably gonna end it there though, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Any final questions? Just imagine you're playing as the younglings and you switch to different ones every time you die. I don't know if I do want to imagine that. I don't know if I do. What's the obsession with killing children? Why do we all want to kill... Not me. I don't want to kill children. I'd feel more comfortable playing as Anakin in a Lego game doing it, admittedly. But I don't... Children are fantastic. They're the future of the future of the world. Why do we want to kill them? Why can't we just imagine that they escaped? Why do we have to kill them? I know they didn't, but man, I don't imagine if I was a kid and Anakin came along and killed me. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want you all enjoying yourselves killing me. So sad. They should be left in the Jedi Temple to complete their training, as should all the other Jedi. They never should have been in Order 66. They all live happily ever after, and Luke and Leia train at the Coruscant Temple with Anakin watching over them. And imagine that's how things went down instead of what we got. Like if you're enjoying, guys. We're going to end soon. I'm just doing any final questions, and maybe next week we'll actually complete the main story. I think we will. You slaughtered them like animals. Okay. You're all gonna laugh. I can, like I said, if they're gonna add killing the younglings in any Star Wars game, it's gonna be a Lego game where it's not as realistic looking in any way. That's why the dismemberment is in this game. Beheadings are in these games. But yeah, they probably will add something with the younglings, even if it's just a scene, just a slight scene. He had to kill them so when they grow up they won't kill him. I love the how it should have ended video where all the younglings come back at the end when Anakin appears as a Force ghost and they say like, you killed us all as children. Just rubbing it in. Well, yeah. Think the new trailer is likely tomorrow, being for the anniversary? No, I really don't. I don't think there's going to be a trailer tomorrow. I hope I'm wrong, but if there's going to be a trailer, they would have put it at that Future Games event. I know people are saying it was indie games, Lego Star Wars wouldn't have been there looking back at it now, but Back 4 Blood was there. It well could have been there. It's not your AAA game, bear that in mind. So it could have been there and it wasn't, is the fact of the matter. But we will end it there this time. Thank you, Captain Jacob, Cody, Dorito Suit, Edward, Gotham, Hybrid, Juan, Leaf Village, Century, Luca, Mordor, Obama, Pedro, Philip, Solis, Spiky, Stephen, Thomas, Tyler Dehoff, Tyler Matthews, Tyler Wakefield, and White. Thank you guys, so many Tylers. Honestly, I know more Tylers on this channel than I've ever met in my life. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next one.